Good afternoon. Welcome to
Afternoon.
Tribune Now Spotlight. I am Dinah Ventura.
I'm Jojo Silvestre, and
And
we're here on Spotlight. Yes,
yes,
our guest today is very special, of course, as usual,
Mhm.
but she's more special than the others. If there's such a thing as more special.
The chosen one.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. She is a recipient of the Model Mom and Philippine Faces of Success Awards. The awards will be on August 6th
Yes,
at the
it,
Teatrino on Green Hills.
yeah, Trino, right.
This will be presented by Best Magazine.
Mhm.
Our guest is a native of Cagayan de Oro in Mindanao. She is a life and business coach. She is the founder of Excellence Therapy Solutions, which offers occupational therapy services, and she is also the chairperson of the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce in Texas, where she is,
Based.
yes, currently based. Now I present to you, this is important. One of her advocacies is Reading for the Future, in which she assists in the construction of children's libraries in various parts of Mindanao,
Mm.
and for which she also solicits books. She donates books.
Herself, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
So may I present to you Miss Jil Lasaca. Hi, Jill.
Hi, Jill.
Thank you so
Welcome.
much. Welcome. A big hello from Dallas, Texas. And thank you for this opportunity to share my stories and experience as an entrepreneur, as an advocate for reading, and as a community leader here in Texas, in Dallas, Texas. So thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. No wonder she's been chosen.
Yeah. Before we ask Jill
Yes.
about her journey,
Mhm.
would you like to tell us about the awards?
Okay, the One Model Mom and Philippine Faces of Success Awards, presented by Best Magazine, as you mentioned,
Yes.
is a non-profit organization that recognizes successful and empowered people who help our society and contribute to the greater good through awards and charity events. Okay, so the owner of the company and
Okay.
selected panel, they decide who to give the awards
Sino?
to.
Yeah.
So among all the millions of Filipinos, it's a privilege to really get chosen to these awards because,
Yes.
not many get recognized for the work they do. And so we're very glad to introduce to you one of these people, one Filipino who is accomplishing much through her work.
Yes.
All
So
right.
maybe
So
I should ask
yeah,
the first
maybe you should ask
question.
and let's get
Yeah.
to know Jill.
Yeah, yeah. She has such a very great cause, no?
Yeah.
We need to educate young people
I
nowadays.
agree. I agree.
Especially with the pandemic, no? They stopped going to school. Although meron namang online, di ba?
Yes.
So, Jill, ano ba itong advocacy mo to promote children's education through your
Right.
libraries and
Yeah.
reading materials? Can you tell us
Right.
about it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, growing up in the beautiful city of Cagayan de Oro,
Yeah.
back then in the 80s, we didn't have malls, and books became a refuge for learning for me and my four sisters. And I remember growing up, it was very expensive to go to the movies or even, go out and eat in restaurants. So on weekends, my mom would, bring
Mm-hmm.
books from her friends, and my dad would bring old magazines and newspapers from his office, and he would bring it back home, and me and my sisters would
Mm-hmm.
relishly read all of them. And that gave me the power, that gave me the insight on the significance of reading as a very key to
Mm.
inspiring and creating and fostering the spirit of creativity and inspiration to think beyond your own little world. And
Yeah.
I remember I was reading back then the books on Walt Disney, and
Mm.
that really created a world of imagination.
Yeah.
And I saw that became a very critical part in my growth as a person, in my growth and learning as a occupational therapist in the later on. And later on also I draw back to my readings as I build my company, as I engage myself in the community works. And
Mm-hmm.
so I told myself that if I will be in a power of position or influence, I would use that to share the gift of reading
Okay.
to children who could not afford that. So 5 years ago, I started an initiative where I would bring 1,000 every time I go back home to my hometown.
Mm.
I would bring 1,000 of books, and we would distribute it to areas where they don't have access to um, wonderful storybooks.
Mm.
And one of the first project was I've incorporated some of my classmates from Ateneo de Cagayan, and we gave out almost 1,000 to a municipality of Balingasag, and we saw the joy that many
Oh.
of these kids had when they were able to receive a Jollibee, and along with it was books and
Mhm.
school supplies, and
Mhm.
that really inspired me. And this year, I partner with Tulong Foundation to create a small library through donations from my friends, because
Mhm.
the library is such a very powerful institution in our learning.
Yes.
Um, and and this small village is in South Cotabato, and many of those kids don't have access to wonderful books. And I was able to convince and some of our donors to share, and we brought more than 3,000 books and created a library, and that became, and we hopefully that's just a beginning of future endeavors to share the gift of education, the gift of reading.
Okay. So you've been doing this for 5 years now,
Yes.
just bringing books. That's great. And you're also the founder of Excellence Therapy Solutions, which offers occupational therapy services. And you're also the chairperson of the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce in Texas. How do you manage to do everything?
What
I
are these all
know.
about? No?
Yes, tell us a bit more about each of the things you do.
Yeah, so I graduated. I went to college in Cebu. I graduated from Cebu Doctors College with a degree in occupational therapy. When I was in the Philippines, I've always wanted to come to the U.S. I felt like one of the tickets to go out of to leave the country was to finish a degree in occupational therapy. So when I went back home to my hometown after getting my license in the Philippines, I was part of the first team that initiated and built the pediatrics rehab program in Northern Mindanao Medical Center, which is now one of the premier hospitals in Cagayan de Oro. So my experience there really brought me an opportunity to serve the community and bring occupational therapy to people with disability, with stroke, with injuries,
Mhm.
fractures, and pediatric conditions. And so when I had the opportunity to come to the U.S. and practice my license, I had the opportunity to work in some of the best hospitals. And you know, Dallas has some of the best hospitals in rehab programs in the country, and I was very fortunate to have that experience and use that experience to
Mhm.
start 12 years ago my company, which is the Excellence Therapy Solution.
I
And
see.
we provide occupational therapy
Mhm.
for patients that have been discharged from the hospital. And the experience to work with people with disability is very empowering and it's very inspiring. You see
Mhm.
people who have overcome physical, mental challenges to overcome, set their own goals, and guide them to achieve and live the most meaningful way that they can despite their disabilities. So
Mhm.
I'm honored to be part of the whole process of healing, of recovery and rehabilitation as a therapist. And then that allowed me to branch out to become a business coach because I think it's just the background.
Mhm.
My strong personal advocacy is really personality development and growth and empowerment.
Oh.
And I saw the power, the knowledge that I've learned as a therapist,
Mhm.
working with people who have overcome physical disabilities and mental challenges, to be able to be part of the healing process gave me a lot of experience and insight and wisdom to
Mhm.
share it for people, for entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Yes. And 5 years ago, the founders of the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce invited me to become one of the board of directors. And the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce is a premier business community
Mm.
organization in the state of Texas. Now, in the state of Texas, there are four regions, and Dallas Fort Worth region is one of where I am the chairperson, is one of the biggest in terms of membership rosters. We have Filipino American businesses, um, Filipino professionals, and organizations that are part of the organization. And our mission is really to foster and celebrate the entrepreneurial spirit of the Filipino American community. We
Mm.
want to be there as an organization to help assist and provide workshops for them to you know enhance and build that connection through our workshops, through our networking
Mm-hmm.
events, and provide that opportunity for people. Because now networking is a very powerful currency to expand your business, and the Philippine American Chamber wants to be part of that process.
Wow, so you're in the
Yeah.
thick of like the new kind of normal now because
Dina, yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
I can't imagine, I cannot imagine how she could divide her time between all these
Yes.
involvements.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a leader in all of this,
Yes.
aside from her owning her own company. And then she also has time for coaching.
I know.
So we'd like to know your secret, so to speak, your management style. But before you answer that, we'd like to pause for a
Commercial break. We'll be
yes.
right back. Please don't go away.
Fiverr is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download Fiverr now.
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original Thrilla, and the first ever Beanie Beanie pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
So we're back on Spotlight. We were asking Jill what her management style is. Does she delegate responsibilities or does she do things all by herself?
Hands-on
Oo,
or
ano ba?
how does
Oo.
that go? Three
Yeah.
different
right. You
things.
know, yeah, when you're on top of managing and creating that balance between work and leisure and play, it's always a
Yes.
challenge. There's no denying about that. But at the end of the day, I've always came up with a philosophy that I will only engage myself in activities that's gonna foster my own personal growth. I'm gonna pursue passions and interests
Mhm.
that's gonna enlarge me as a human being, and that can create joy and happiness, and bring value to myself and to the organization. So time management is very important, and learning to prioritize
Mhm.
among the many things that that's presented before you, and coming in with a core value that I'm only going to do things that's going to make me happy, that's going to bring value to me as an entrepreneur,
Mhm.
as a business coach, and as a human being. And I think
Yeah.
coming in with that perspective,
Mhm.
that created a paradigm shift. I
Mhm.
think when you pursue things that brings joy, that brings happiness, that brings value to yourself, then it's much easier to organize and strike a balance between the two.
Yes.
It's a constant, it's actually a constant battle every day to really create that.
Yeah.
But when you come in with that philosophy that you only pursue things that matters to you, then it becomes a little bit easier.
Yes. But that's easier said than done, I think,
Yeah.
because
Yes.
it's you have to be self-aware and constantly mindful of every decision you make. So it must be difficult. I'd like to know if your being a woman has anything to do with the way you live your life. Has it been a challenge for you in your career, or has it been a benefit?
Yes. An
That's
An
that's
advantage.
a very
advantage.
that's
Thank you,
actually a
Jojo.
very powerful. That's a very powerful. That's a very powerful question. And over a period of years, we realized that gender can be both an advantage and it can also be a challenge. But I think when you position yourself and create a body of work and present to your audience, to your clients, that at the end of the day, gender is just a an integral but a small part of it, but it builds goes back to the value of competence of your character, and you get judged based on that, based on the value that you bring to your clients, to your organization. Then at the end of the day, we get judged by how we create, how we bring value, and the things that being a woman makes you very sensitive and very compassionate, and
Mm,
makes you, I think there's that feeling of caring for others,
yeah.
that nurturing part. I
Nurture.
think yes, you bring that sensitivity to your work.
Hmm.
It brings you that nurturing part, and I think that gives me a very powerful experience to be able to bring that to
Hmm.
my therapy session,
Hmm.
that you want to care, you want to, it's not just a treatment session, but it's really an opportunity to build and connect with on a personal level, on that
Hmm.
emotional level, that caring level.
Hmm. So,
And I think that's what makes it such a unique perspective.
mhm. You were saying earlier that you have you're four in the family, or you have four sisters.
I have
So,
four sisters, and they're equally talented,
oh
and
wow.
they've done well in their own personal lives and professional lives.
So I wonder how your family life must have affected the way you do things now as a person.
Right. One of the things that I've realized, that our family can be both as an asset and can be, a challenge as well. And I've made sure that I've incorporated when I started my company in the Philippines, because I early on I started investing in real estate,
Mm-hmm.
and I made sure that I educated my family how hard it is to earn money here in America. And for every dollar that I invest in the Philippines, I wanted that to be a seed of wealth for the family.
Mm-hmm.
So I want them to be emotionally invested
Mm-hmm.
in the investments that I had. So we had, over the years, we had the opportunity to build, more than 20 rental properties, and I have hired my sisters to help
Wow.
me manage the property.
Mm.
And then I've also acquired some farmlands and rubber lands, and my sisters are also
Mm-hmm.
helping me manage that. So I have created a relationship where
Mm-hmm.
I brought them in because they're people that I trust, and I
Right.
think it's very important for, especially for OFW. We hear so many sad stories of
Mm-hmm.
family, abusing, overseas workers,
Right.
and yeah. So I wanted to make sure that I would not commit that mistake, and I helped created a compensation where they get valued for their work, and for this, even if they're my siblings,
Mm-hmm.
so they get that emotional investment.
Right.
They're part of the growth of the company, and I'm very happy that throughout the pandemic we were still able to make some income despite
Mm.
the challenges, and because of those investments.
I see.
Jill, Are you the
Yes.
eldest in the family?
You know, I'm actually the fourth
Oh, wow.
from the eldest, and I think it's that unique experience. I think leaving my family during my college year and studying in Cebu, that
Oh.
created so much learning opportunity for me. I became very self-reliant. I became
Yeah.
very independent, and that has also expanded my network. And so, you know, when you're in a big city away from family, where, you know, my mom, I remember growing up, she would prepare our breakfast, our dinner, our, you know, pinaplansya yung uniforms namin, and then you come to the big city, and then
You
you're on
have
your
to.
own.
You have to do everything
That
yourself.
yeah. You know, Dina and Jojo, that became such a very powerful life experience for me. And then, you know, coming from a humble beginnings, my parents did not have a lot of means to send me to college with, you know, a big money to spend for my income. So I was able to create a small uh, coaches for young girls to, you know, win pageants because of the public speaking skills that I have. And I was able to earn income for
Ang
me
galing.
during
Oo,
the college year. So naglalagari na, I've been an entrepreneur from day one. I remember
Yes.
when we were growing up during summer, my sisters, we would during summers we would cook banana Q and sell them to our neighbors. We would make yema,
Ah,
those
Sarap.
candies, and then
yeah.
ice candy during summer, because, you know, in the Philippines, summer is horrible because it's so hot. So
Hot.
we would, yes, we had a avocado tree at the backyard,
Wow.
and me and my sisters would, you know, and within a week, and, you know, they ripe, and we would make ice candy.
Wow. Sipag
So
talaga.
yes, as early as at that young age, I've already seen the power of entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Because of that small income, nakakabili kami ng stationery. Me and my sisters love stationery, and then, you know, those yung mga kitty cat na mga, you know, little things that comes with it.
Hello, Kitty.
Yes.
Look, yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, so, you know, back then, at that age, I've already realized the importance that if you can earn something, you are in a position that you can make some good, important effort to enjoy your life better.
Yeah. You know, as a young girl, no, as a young woman, she was contributing to the family
I
already.
know. That's so
And
admirable.
now, in her various responsibilities, she also helps others, she
I
empowers
know.
people.
Parang nag-expand yung family niya.
Ano pa?
I think it's parented Filipinos.
Right.
Oo. But I wonder,
But everybody
Kung ano
will do
ang-
anything about it though, right?
yeah,
Okay.
of course. But I wonder what she does in private outside of work.
Okay.
Ano ba ang leisure time ni Jill?
Jill.
But before you answer that, Jill, let's pause for
Another break.
Make long distance easy with the Mirage G4.
Manong Joe po,
At Ate Maita,
ngayong Hunyo, bahagyang tumaas ng 8 centavos per kilowatt hour ang overall electricity rates. Ito'y dahil sa dagdag singil sa WESM.
alam niyo ba, pwede kayong i-update na Meralco sa text or sa email gaya ni Sarah G. Sisendan kayo ng advanced updates tulad ng upcoming bill details. Di na kayo kakaba-kaba sa paghihintay ng bills. At anumang mangyari sa bill, masira, mabasa, o mawala, no problem. To get updates, i-update ang inyong contact information sa Facebook Messenger, meralco.com.ph, email, hotline 16211 o Meralco Business Centers.
Handa kami makipag-ugnayan sa inyo para makapaghatid ng mas mabuti, mabilis, at pagkinhawang serbisyo.
Hanggang sa susunod na
Meralco Advisory.
We're back on Spotlight. We were asking Jill, ano ba ang ginagawa mo? Ano ba ang hobbies mo? What are your passions outside of public service and your
Profession.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, travel has given me so much joy, and when I had the means and the resources, I told myself I'm gonna visit the best places because to me, vacations gives me a downtime to recharge. It gives me a time to think of great ideas and plan for my next moves. So it's both a mixing pleasure
Will
and work
work.
at the same time. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's every moment is,
Oo. Travel really.
yeah,
Yes.
expand. Okay, thank you very much for that. We'd like to welcome another
Yeah.
guest, another
Yeah.
awardee of the Model Moms and Philippine Faces of Success Awards.
Yes.
Okay, Jojo, please do
Yeah.
the honors.
Our guest is equally civic-minded and outstanding. She is the managing owner of Business Innovations Gateway, or BIG. Her company is dedicated to researching, developing, and bringing to the market the best quality wellness products that recharge, restore, and rejuvenate the mind, body, and eventually the spirit of people across generations. Kasali ako dyan. May present you with Betty Au.
not really naman it's a measure of success, no, but one of the things I like in my life right now is I am able to share what I have through the many years of experience that I have. And like for example, I have my own company. This one is talagang brainchild ko that
Oo.
we do our food supplement products kasi nga one of my I'm also a naturopath practitioner. But yeah, para ano, 'di ba? We help each other find a way to treat all the diseases that we have right now. So of course, syempre medyo iba naman yung ideas namin, but we hope that we will be able to share that mindset of proactive healthcare.
Okay.
Ever since I have been civic activity, like for example, I formed our alumni association, the St. Jude Catholic Alumni Association, and I'm happy working with the young people of all generations. Alam niyo, it's very true, sabi nila, na when you grow older, mahirap yung ano, yung everyday, 'di ba? Naririnig mo, si ganito nawala, si ganon nawala, hanggang lahat nawala, 'di ba? So at least when you have a wide range of friends from the young ones to the older ones, you
Yes.
will always have friends with you.
Tama.
Yeah.
Tama.
So and then we can always be happy, and the best thing is we are able to share. Yun yung,
Okay.
siguro, yun yung na pwedeng ano natin, na parang sabi nila when you have, you can be happy when you feel grateful. But then how can you be grateful if there is no sharing? So I think that's the best way to signify our gratitude in life is to share what we already have. Ayun.
Okay. So that's something they both have in common. They love to share.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah,
And
that's
I
right.
think that's why they were recognized for these awards.
Yeah.
They were nominated.
Miss Betty, tell us about the BIG,
Yes, the
Business
business.
Innovations Gateway. Ano ba ito?
It's a company wherein we have products na can I mention ba the products?
Yeah,
Actually,
of
nandiyan
course.
na siya sa
Oo.
background ng picture ko eh.
Oo.
At first we created the Gusto vegetable powder drink mix. So it's 10 leafy greens, 10 leafy vegetables
Wow.
for detoxification.
Wow.
Tapos mango ang flavor. It's not flavor, right? It's actually fresh vegetables that we extract and then we spray dry para ano
Okay.
siya, nandun yung nutrients nung veggies. So I think that's the innovation there. Kasi nga yung pangalan namin is innovation. So we try to look for new products that will be helpful for the people. So right now we are looking for variants na pwede namin gawin to also showcase the Philippines. So that's why mango yung chinose namin na product. Oo. Unfortunately lang at that time, medyo madami lang concerns with the FDA. Pero right now, I'm working closely also with DTI. The DTI initiated the formation of Metro Manila Association of Food Entrepreneurs. So, medyo ako yung naging president. So it's still a struggling organization, but we want to help the micro and small enterprises in the NCR region. And by the way, today nga is the celebration of the first regional MSME, which is the NCR area is spearheaded by RD Marcy Alcantara. And she's a very good leader also na she has done a lot to spearhead whatever activities DTI have. And through this also, I learned na, government actually can do a lot for the Filipino citizens. Kung minsan kasi tayo nasa Metro Manila, hindi lang natin alam. But in real, at noong una nga, nagtatampo nga ako, sabi ko, bakit yung government puro probinsya ang tinutulungan? Bakit hindi NCR? So now finally,
You're getting the
we
support.
know.
Okay.
Oh, yes, they're getting closer, and yun na nga today, they have a lot of seminars, a lot of and thankfully for the COVID, everything is done on the Zoom. So mas mabilis. Actually, hindi ka nga hindi mo na malaman kung saan saang Zoom meeting ka pupunta sa dami ng webinars
Punong-puno ng
nila.
Zoom meetings ang day.
Punong-puno, yes, oo. And then, after that, when we had our Gusto vegetable powder juice, you know, this is an industry na medyo mahirap din i-push kasi ang daming restrictions on even not only in the Philippines but also in other countries. But ako naman, I always try to go for the best quality one. So just like our juice, sabi ko nga, siguro walang nagtangkang gumaya kasi nga ang hirap din gawin. But the reality of the matter is we created a health regimen. And I think God is also with me kasi nga, alam mo, these things just come Pumupunta na, it just falls on my lap and then I just try to make some use of them. Kung sino man yung lumapit or whatever. And then, we are able nga to form this proactive healthcare regimen of detox, flush, and nourish. So we detox with the Gusto vegetable powder juice, which is leafy greens. And even when you do your researches, you will realize that only leafy greens. Madaming vegetables but sabi nga nila, not all vegetables are created the same. So, leafy greens ang importante for detoxification.
Right.
Kasi nga, to be healthy, you need to have 3 things. You need to sleep well, you need to eat well, and you need to cook well. Kailangan kung ano man yung pinasok, kailangan ilabas.
Oo nga.
Ayan. And then, after that, after you detox, you have to flush out. So, well, hindi naman sa the others, they don't flush out. But specifically, the big 5O helps flush out the bad oils in our body.
What are the 5Os?
It's a plant-based omega-369 capsule. So, plant siya. It's similar to omega-3, yung omega na capsules. Pero yung, di ba, puro fish siya. But what we have is plants. 5 kinds of plant oils. That helps
Never heard of
for,
such a thing.
She's really an expert.
Oo nga.
That's for cardiovascular health. But din, nakakapayat din siya. Our body kasi reacts differently. So, depende yan. Kanya-kanyang biochemical individuality nga, sabi nila. So, depends on our body, we will react differently. But the purpose of those products are really to help us somehow, somewhere. And then after that, we nourish naman with probiotics. So, what we have is 15 biota and 2 biota. So, in my case kasi, I always say, people should learn to, wag mag-self-medicate din. We learn to, at first to diagnose. So after the diagnose, you ask the doctor, then kailangan ng help ng doctor. We ask the help of the doctor to diagnose. So, syempre sasabihin nila, you have this anong test. So you'll find out kung ano yung condition, ano yung may sakit sa'yo. And then, after that, then you medicate. So, after you medicate, you will know already, ano ba yung dapat na gawing, anong gamot ang pwede, ano ang dapat gawin. But and most often than not, when the illness is chronic, the doctors will always prescribe antibiotics. So, antibiotics, what they do is they kill all the different bacteria in our system. So, pati yung the good and the bad, they kill, di ba?
Yes.
Because we have to be good. They have to cure us, right? But then, we can take probiotics to bring back the good bacteria in our system. So that's what probiotics do. It's pro-life probiotics. Yon. So we have 2 kinds. One is 15 strains and one is 2 strains. So one is 2 biota, liver care, and the other one is 15 biota. So, ayun, again, different the results din yan sa atin. Ngayon, kaya lang through the many years, I just realized that people often pay lip service to being healthy. Sasabihin nila, I want to be healthy. Hanggang I want lang, hindi nila ginagawa kung ano man yung mga dapat gawin para maging healthy. So, people of course want to be beautiful. So, sabi namin, sige, let's have one product which is berry gluta. It's a pink tablet, 1 tablet. Meron na siyang glutathione, meron na rin siyang antioxidants. So we have mixed berries, acai berry, vitamin C, inulin, which helps with the health side. And then, sa totoo lang, the glutathione works on our liver. Pero, nagkaroon siya ng side effect na puputi ka, di ba? Ayan. So siguro
Ayun.
mas magiging attractive for people, 'di ba? To start with that. Kasi kailangan may starting point yung tao eh. Na feeling nila, oh, pag ito tinik ko, I will be beautiful. Ano. Ayun. Pero yan yung inside. Those are the inside. Of course, the outer, iba naman yan. So like Jill, di ba? She likes to share. And I'm pretty sure with sharing, she feels happy. So magiging masaya ka. Di ba? But then, beauty kasi has to also come from within. We have to also cleanse our body then. So that's part of the cleaning and the beauty process na that we have. Parang ako, alam mo, naka-eyebrows and naka-lipstick lang nga ako eh. So, and
Beautiful pa rin.
dalawang
Beautiful pa din.
ay,
Yes.
sana, well, you know, it's not naman really, maybe I'm just born with good genes, di ba? But then, I'm saying na there's a purpose for that one. So, sabi ko, sige, might as well make use of it na rin. Dati, shy ako, hindi nga ako lumalabas. Kaya lang, we created our own live stream show din pala. We have, Health Revolution PH with the DJ Raymond. So, we changed to a new slot, which is on Saturdays.
Okay.
Ayun. So, kaya siguro sabi mo, dapat ang dal-dal-dal-dal ko. That's why I was trained for this, for this whole year of, pandemic to be able to talk and talk and talk.
Mabuti
Ayun.
naman. At least
Oo.
she came in late.
Yes,
She's
but
been able
to share her story and her product. So, pero we'd like to get to know both of you more, so we'll just play this little game
There's a
with
game,
both of you.
for
So, it's called Would You Rather. Tama, Jojo?
Yeah.
So, we'll post a question and then each of you will answer. We'll select an answer and then explain why.
Okay.
Tama? Okay, so let's begin.
Okay.
All right. It's just for fun, di ba?
Okay.
Would you rather write a book or build a school structure that will serve as your legacy? We'll begin with Jill.
The choices was write the book
Or build a school.
I would build a school. To me, I think in many areas in the Philippines, I think there is a need for good schools, and if I could build that school that could serve and bring education, bring books to those children, then I think that would make me happy.
Okay. Kayo po, Miss Betty.
Actually, I would write a book. That's
Oo,
one of my
galing.
bucket list to write a book.
Okay.
And because I believe that sa digital age, if you write a book, you have it in digital copy, you can share it with a lot of people.
Okay.
Para educating.
Oo, ang galing. Magkaiba
More
talaga sila.
education kasi is education kasi is more my turf.
Okay. All right. Okay, the next question. Would you rather
Hindi ko mabasa.
spend your weekend with your family or the underprivileged to help them in their needs?
I would spend that weekend with my family. You know, the pandemic has really made us realize what's really truly important. In as much as we want to help others, we want to spend the quality time with people that we really love and we really care. And time is precious, and we don't have forever. And a weekend with my family is paradise for me.
Okay, nice. Miss Betty.
Betty.
Me naman, I share the same with Jill, same idea na I should spend my weekends with my family. And even right now when my husband is sick, I have to share my time with him. Kasi the underprivileged, we can help them in other ways. Like through our supplements, we can give them the food supplements. I actually do. I send them in through the couriers. Kunyari, if somebody is sick, tapos sasabihin nila, oh, Ma'am Betty, ganito. Pero syempre, underprivileged ka kasi I have to earn my also the upkeep of the company. No?
Right.
Oo. But we can help the underprivileged in other ways, but we concentrate on our family on weekends.
Very good choice. I agree with that.
So the next
The
question
next question is, Would you rather?
Focus your time and resources one summer break on developing your personality or strengthening your business or your institution.
Right.
Uh,
For me, over the years, I've really spent a lot of time developing my personality, and that personality has really helped me so much in building my business. So I am at a point where I would rather spend one summer, building my business and expanding it, because I've already done the work of developing that personality. It's more just bringing it to the next level, to the new heights where it could make more impact for others.
Oo nga naman.
Oo.
For me naman, at present, any time can be personality development time. Sabi ko, with the many webinars, for just 1 hour every day, you can sit down on a Zoom and
Yeah.
then join. Oo. And
Oh,
so
God,
that's how we
naman.
do. Oo. We don't need naman, we don't need siguro one summer break to do that.
One day.
If I have a summer break, siguro, I'd rather go on vacation.
Right.
Oo. And both things kasi we can do in bits and pieces
Yes.
anytime, 'di ba, during the day or during the week. But if one summer break, hopefully I can have a vacation.
Bakasyon na lang tayo
Oo
lahat.
nga.
Okay.
Yes.
Although sa totoo lang, vacation still work with pleasure.
Oo,
Yeah.
syempre.
Yan na napapansin ko sa mga successful people,
Oo.
achievers. Talagang everything is mixed naman. You don't really
Just do nothing, no?
Yeah. Everything is part of work or leisure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Kaya
next. Let's do our next question. Would you rather
Is this the one we're
Yeah.
gonna ask?
watch an action movie or a romance
Romance movie.
movie?
I am romantic so I would rather use watch time to watch a movie.
Okay.
Na romantic.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
not romantic, because there's just so much things that we can learn about movies and how we can express our love and the beautiful stories, because
Yes.
it helps us, inspires us to do the things that we love. So
Okay. Kayo po.
Si Betty.
Pwede ba mag-third choice?
Ano?
Pwede ba? Or magdagdag naman tayo. I'd rather watch a comedy.
Comedy.
Comedic romance movie, but I really don't like action talaga.
Okay.
I think romance, but since laughter is the best medicine, I believe that a comedy is always better than any kind of movie. Pero kung romance, we always have that, alam mo na, we always have that young heart in us, the killing
Yeah.
moments in our life. We want to experience it, di ba, once in a while.
Oo naman. Oo. Okay.
There's a bonus question.
Oh.
Would you rather watch a movie of Piolo Pascual or John Lloyd Cruz? Kilala kaya ito ni Jill?
yes, those are those are two wonderful choices. But I think because si John Lloyd has not been in the movies in the last, I would want to watch something, because I think it would be great to see a comeback movie for him.
Yes.
And Viola has been there for until now, so I would want to watch. And he's such a great actor, and I think there's going to be a great interest that follows with someone who's been out from the limelight and come up with a good movie.
Yes.
Updated yung taga-Texas.
Oo nga. I think you should know that Piolo has a movie right now with Alessandra De Rossi.
Yeah, that's been getting a lot of rave
Yeah.
reviews.
Oo.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's a good story. Kayo po, Miss Betty.
Both of them, I think, are good actors that are, especially pag, like Jill, we enjoy romance movies, di ba? So,
Yes.
both of them can be a
Oo.
favorites, no? So, yun nga lang, I think,
For now?
I think, Piolo has more of a wholesome image than,
John
than,
Lloyd.
and John Lloyd. But both of them are very good when it comes to portraying
roles.
If we're going to do kasi me naman it's more of, if I have time, I can watch a movie. Ang problema nga lang is normally we don't have time. Sabi ko nga, if I have 25 hours in a day, You know,
Mm-mm.
I would be happy if we can do that. There are so
Oo.
many things still that can be done. Sabi nga
Yes.
nila, the more that is given, the more you have there's more that you have to contribute.
Yes.
So, yeah, parang, well, I know movies makes good marketing then actually, but parang wala akong masyadong time kaya maybe can I just pass and not have a choice
Okay.
exactly between the two of them to choose? Oo.
Okay, pero
Okay lang
Betty,
yun.
may tatanong lang ako. Ano ba ang
Yes.
definition mo ng wholesome at not so wholesome? No, never mind. Nagbibiro lang ako.
Okay, so on that note, Jojo, parang, sayang, there are many other questions we'd like to ask both of you because you're very, very interesting people and what you do, talagang ang galing, di ba? Not many people will choose to help others while also building their own selves and their businesses. So, thank you for your stories, for sharing your stories this afternoon on Spotlight.
We're
But
writing
before,
about them.
yes, we are. So we can talk more about them.
Yeah.
But before we go, maybe you'd like to say your final message to our audience.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share our stories. And, you know, with the pandemic, we've realized that life is short and we want to make use of every opportunity. Let's create stories that inspires and empower people. And if we could do that every day, then I think world is gonna be a lot better, and we've got a lot of things to look forward to. So create those powerful stories every day.
Very
Yeah.
good, nice.
Jill, maganda yung babae sa likod mo ah.
Yeah, that's me. all glammed up.
Very she. Ano?
Ganda.
Oo nga,
Ang
napansin
Betty
ko si
naman.
Sabi ko, medyo sabog ang utak ko today. But, well, for me naman, what I can share is, you know, my company is BIG. It's not really just big. It's believe in God. So, it's believing in God that we are able to be successful in life, that we are able to do what we can do every day. So, parang, do not take everything, do not think of everything as a challenge or as a we just try to cope with everything that comes to on our lap, and be happy, be grateful, and just have faith that every day God is with us and He will always help us. So I please believe in the power of prayer. So just pray to God, pray, believe in Him, and He will always guide us.
Very good. That's a good reminder. And I, for one, am very grateful for this chance to talk with Miss Betty Au and Jil Lasaca this afternoon on Spotlight.
We learned a lot. Huh?
Yes, and I'm so inspired. So, go tayo lahat. Thank you very much once again. I am Dinah Ventura.
I'm Jojo Silvestre.
This has been Spotlight. See you
Spotlight.
again next week.
Thank you.